2025 has been a great year for most North Dakota ranchers. In this week's Ag Watch, Chief Meteorologist Kenny Miller is back with Tim Erbele, to learn more about how the 2025 season is shaping up.
Ag Weather Watch on KX News is sponsored by NCC.
We're back out in Streator, North Dakota with Tim Erbele, who we met in last week's Ag Watch. Tim's family has been farming and ranching in North Dakota for over 100 years. I asked Tim to touch on some of the family aspects of the current operations.
We are a family operation here. I'm kind of the second generation on this place that we're at. My dad grew up just a few miles south of here, which is the original home place when my family homesteaded here about 130, 40 years ago. And Dad is semi-retired now, and what I mean by that is he's not sharing in the financial burden, but not in any of the gain as well. But we make him come up and work every day, and we're glad to have him on board.
Having pasture grass is essential for cow ranching. It's the primary food source for cattle, providing necessary nutrients and contributing to their overall health and well-being.
So we're about right now 9 miles south of Streator, standing in the middle of our Solaire Angus cross cow herd here. As you can see, it's been quite a growing season. When you can't find your calves because the grass is belly deep, that's a good problem to have. And as you can see, we've been in here for probably a week or 10 days, and there's just all kinds of grass. And so we're very fortunate to be in an area that's been blessed with ample rainfall, and growing conditions have been good for the grass and hay. And so things are pretty bright right now in the cattle business.
Tim says this year's calving season began a little rough, but as the spring and summer have developed, there are now plenty of reasons for optimism.
We calve a little later here. We calve about the middle of April, even into the end of April, till we really get started. So I tried to eliminate as much of the weather as we could in our calving operation. We've been pretty wet this spring and started out with some really cold rain, which I think was probably worse than snow, 34 degrees and 4 inches of rain. That was kind of tough, but we came through that okay, but that really set us up for the growth of the grass that you see here. And we're out here on native range, native prairie, and I don't think in my 56 years here that I've ever seen this much grass this time of year. So feel totally blessed by that. And again, given the cattle market, there's really nothing to be negative about right now.
As Tim shares, it takes some of those really bad times to help make the good years all the more special.
You have to have some bad years to appreciate the good years, and yeah, coming through 21 just a few years back, we just drove and drove and drove to get a bale of hay and wondered how we were going to make the summer. And so having come through that, when you compare it to 21, 24, and 25 have just been phenomenal from a production standpoint. And so I guess you have to have some of that bad to really enjoy some of the good and really appreciate it. So.
Many of our farmers and ranchers recently suffered near total losses in west central North Dakota at the hands of severe weather. Some farmers have great years while their neighbors aren't so lucky. That is, unfortunately, the nature of farming, and it comes with the territory and responsibility of being a grower and a producer.
Sharing their stories, both the good and the bad, hopefully helps create some awareness of what our farmers and ranchers go through each and every year. For the KX Storm Team, I am Chief Meteorologist Kenny Miller.
And Kenny will be back again next week with continued crop progress updates.
The State Fair